Hey guys, it's Robin, RsIslandCrafts, and welcome to my studio. This is my Whip It Wednesday video where I'm going to show you what I've been working on this week. I want to thank everyone for hanging out with me this weekend. We did the Stuffy adoption, and then we did the live stream craft and chat. I had a blast chatting with everybody. Several of the Stuffies have now found a new home, and I was able to get some crafting done. And chatting, of course, because that's what we love to do. Sit around and hang out with each other, do a little bit of crafting, or some of you guys had to do some chores while you just listened to us chatter away in the background. Either way, I had a blast. So what did I work on this week? Well, it took me a bit of time to get those Stuffies all organized, get them all numbered and in order, written down and all of that. So I don't have anything to show for that except for the fact that we had the video. And then I worked on my Scrappy cards. This has been going on for a couple weeks. I showed you first probably about, 12 or 15 of the Scrappy cards I'd made, this portion of it, and then I did some more, and it ended up being a total of 52 that I was working on Saturday. I have a nice little collection going now. So the only thing left to do on these, just to finish them off, is I like to go ahead and put a stamp on the back. So I stamp my RsIslandCrafts and I put a flamingo. But that still allows you guys, if you want to keep this top part and save it or send it off to someone else, the part that I stamp with the flamingo and everything is where I write my little note. So I feel like it's nice because that's a card maker. You're stamping your card and kind of signing it, but at the same time I want you guys to be able to save this top part or send it off to a friend also. I've said it before, but I like the idea that you guys can either keep the card or cut off that top part and then send it off to the next crafter that you want to say something nice to. So today I'm going to go ahead and get these all stamped and back in the envelope. I always forget. I get them all nice and neat and put away in the envelopes. Then I remember, oh yeah, I want to put stamps on them. So I had to pull them all back out, take all the cards out. But I have 52 of them, and we were discussing on how many things in life are 52. Because I was thinking 52 just sounded like such a number I should know. Then I realized that it is 52 cards in a deck of cards. Someone else realized that there's 52 weeks in a year, and then we all figured out that I'm 52. So there was a lot of 52 going on this weekend. Now, for those of you that hung out with me this weekend or watched a replay on the live chat, and thank you guys who watched a replay. I think that is really amazing that you come back and hang out with us on a replay basis, even if we're not there live. I watch many live streams on the replay. I very seldom catch any of them live. I find it's just easier for me on the internet and to watch it when I can, but sometimes it is nice to hang out with people live and chat in the comments. But I worked on a tote bag. I'm starting a new tote bag series, and I'm going to start making some quilted tote bags for the shop. And this is one of the first ones that I did. So for those of you who have been around for a while, earlier this year in February around Valentine's Day, I think we did this as a live stream. We did the 9-patch and we did them as coasters or mug rugs. And then I think we also appliqued the hearts on them. I did some with just an outline so that the center of the heart was gone. I put 4 of my 9 patches together and appliqued this nice big purple heart on it with, as you see, a little bit of thin purple sashing. I was going to turn it into a wall hanging, but I thought, how many wall hangings do you need? I do like to have little mini quilts all around the house and stuff, but at the same time, I love tote bags. And I don't mind having 20 or 30 tote bags, but I might only want a few wall hangings. So I took the panel and I took what was left of the fat quarter bundle that I had, and I built it out to a larger size. I think this ended up coming out to be, my panels themselves were just over 16 inches, but the bag is about 11 inches wide and about 13 inches tall. Then I took some more and I went ahead and I made the back panel. I just cut them into some rectangles. I already had some 2-inch strips cut out for the, I don't know if I probably used 2.5-inch strips here. I don't know, whatever I was making, I had some 2-inch strips cut out. So I just cut some more and I just used up those leftovers and put them all here on the back. Turned it in just to a regular tote bag where we boxed the corners so there's no actual side panels or gussets. I used a nice pink for the inside. And as I was telling you guys on the live stream that I wanted to have a scrappy pocket, but when I put it onto the bag, I thought, I think it looked better if I had a solid pocket, but I did want to still have a little bit of those scraps, so I did a secret scrappy pocket. The pocket itself isn't secret, just what I did to it is. So I have my pocket here where you can see it. It's a slip pocket, so you just slide things in. Basic hearts, red and white on it. But on the inside, I went ahead and I sewed some of my scraps together. So I have my polka dots, and this isn't in the actual outside of the bag. I used most of it up on the backing when I did the other 9-patch projects. So there's some of the hearts that are here, and then some more of this type of fabric. So when you're just looking in the bag, you have a just nice, normal, everyday pocket. But if you go ahead and look on the inside, when you're putting things in, you can go ahead and see some different scraps. I thought that was just a fun little thing. And then I also made the quilted handles, and they are with the scraps. So I have a little bit of everything that has been involved, and I just carried all of that up through the top. So I'm going to be making more of these, so you'll be seeing more of these coming out. I really enjoy making quilted tote bags. It allows me to make a quilt, but in such a small format that I don't have to always be making a lap quilt or a king size or queen size quilt, because that takes up a lot of material and time. This way I can play with the project. I did some of a type of an outline of the heart in my quilting on this side, and then on this one I just did the matchstick quilting that I've been addicted to lately. So it allowed me to try that echo quilting. I did a little bit with the applique. I played with the 9 patches, and then the project is done. Now I can go ahead and move on to the next thing. So I'm going to be doing that with different projects like this. I'm going to take some orphan blocks and turn them into tote bags. I told you guys we would be doing a tote bag tutorial soon, so I will kind of walk you through a basic tote bag, how to make the pocket. For those of you that have made these bags before, you know how easy it is to just go ahead and make a simple slip pocket like this. And then I'll show you 2 different ways to box your corners so that you can have a nice bag with a full open bottom down there. So I really love how this turned out. So that was it for me this week. I made some cards, and I made a tote bag. Tote bags normally, if I just make a quick one, it only takes me about an hour or 2 to make them. This one took me 2 days because it did take a while. Even though the front panel was mostly done, I had to go ahead and keep putting it together. And I did it, really, it was a follow through from the sewing machine mat. So if you picked up any of those techniques that you liked, but you don't want to make any type of a tabletop or sewing machine mat, whatever, you can use the same theory and go ahead and make it into a tote bag. So that's it for me this week. I was busy all week. I got things done, but I only have a few projects to show for it, and that's fine, because that's sometimes how weeks go, where you can do a whole bunch of little projects and get a lot done, or you might have to really dig in deep and spend a lot of time working on just one project. If you're the type of person that only works on one project at a time, you might be making a king-size quilt for yourself or for a gift, and that's going to take quite a bit of time. You're going to be working on your blocks each day, and then you got to get to the point of basting it and cutting backing and all that. So a one-project person might be working on the same project for a very long time. And I think that's just amazing if you can stick with one project at a time and just work on that one till you're done. I was going to say I want to try to do that, but you know what? That's just not my creative personality. But what I do want to do is I want to take all of those really quick, small projects that I worked on, the different little blocks that never got finished, or the wall hangings that were never turned into a wall hanging, and then turn them into tote bags. I'm working on the size to see what is going to be a good size, and I think this one is pretty good. It's nice and deep. I think my next one, I'm going to make it a little shallower and just a little bit wider and see what that looks like. And I also want to make a variety because not all of us want them to be open like this. So some of them I need to put a closure on, and others I'm going to actually put a zipper on it and have it as a zipper top. Some people do a recessed zipper, and eventually I will try that because I've never made one, but I think I'm just going to start with making a regular zipper on the top like you would for a zipper pouch and see how that goes. So that's it from me this week. I'd love to hear what you guys are working on. Your code word for this week. Let's pull out one of the words from this little bit of fabric here. And let's go with forever. So your code word for this week is forever. I hope to forever be crafting and being creative and playing with something. I hope you guys are being crafty this week also. So thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.